I am going to let Trevor, aka Sprinkles O'Giggles, start with our first activity. And if you guys have all of your supplies out, you can get them out now for the octopus. So you're going to need a sock. That's your hint.
Perfect. Thank you, Katie. So yeah, I'm going to be guiding us through the sock octopus activity here. If you have any questions as I'm going along, just feel free to shout out. No problem, and I can address those. And we're going to share some fun facts as well as we kind of work through the activity, because there are a lot of really cool things about octopuses, and they're actually one of my favorite animals. I'm going to swap my camera angle over here so I can see a little bit better. All right. So I think everyone can hear me okay?
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
So the first part of this is we're going to take our primary sock that you want to be on the outside. So this is the pattern sock that you're going to have. You want to take that, and you want to take a couple of socks that you have for stuffing. We're going to start off by stuffing the socks directly. So you just kind of open up wide and just kind of cram them in there as best as you can. Now, one really cool thing about octopuses is they actually don't have any bones in their entire body. They only have one really like hard part to their body, which is their beak. And that beak actually, it's really cool. They can fit through just about any size opening as long as it's a little bit bigger than the beak. So they can really fit through some like tight tubes and other stuff like that. And whenever they're kept at aquariums, they can cause a lot of trouble for their keepers. They have a lot of stories of the octopus managing to climb out and escape their own tank, and then getting into a different tank and then eating the fish over there. And you can kind of make that top head as kind of like big and bulbous as you want, or you can kind of keep it smaller. I'm gonna just, you can kind of press down and try to get a nice rounded shape on there.
And I forgot to mention, guys, if you do have questions as we go along, you can just totally unmute. We don't need to do hand raising or anything because it's a small group today.
All right, how's everyone doing? Anybody ready for this next stage, or need a second? Gotta get thumbs up in the camera if we're good to go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next stage. Once you get that kind of nice ball in there, nice and tight, you want to take like some rubber bands, or you can use like hair ties, whatever it is. And now you just want to work it up the sock and kind of restrict that bottom area. And you can kind of just fold the rubber band and then twist it and then go around and just keep on feeding it through. Oh, another cool thing about octopuses are they actually have blue blood because it's copper based, and this actually allows them to kind of stay around deeper parts of the ocean, keeps them from getting too cold. Okay. So we should be about at that point. Now we got kind of like this flap end over here. And this is what we're actually going to use. We're going to cut into this and we're going to use that to create the tentacles for the octopus itself. And as Tiffany was mentioning, we actually do have giant Pacific octopuses here, and they are actually the biggest species of octopus in the entire world. So it's pretty cool that we get them around Whidbey Island. All right, so this next part, you can kind of keep the tentacles as long or as short as you want on this. Oh. Let's hold up and let everyone catch up here a bit. I'll share a few more things about octopuses as we're kind of letting everyone catch up. Now, another cool thing about octopuses is they can actually regrow their arm if they lose one. And they have a decentralized brain, which means their neurons, their brain neurons, which we normally have all kind of encased in our brain, are spread out through their arms and limbs. So they essentially have like 9 different brains all at once, and they can actually operate independently from each other. And their octopus are actually very, very intelligent and curious critters. So they have all sorts of really fascinating and fun behaviors, and a lot of them, there's a lot of documented cases of fun and really interesting interactions between humans and octopus because they're just so curious. And they're actually able to change both their color as well as their skin texture. So it really makes them masters at camouflaging themselves. And that's a lot of their speculation that with that decentralized brain, kind of with the 9 different kind of brains throughout their arms, they can kind of feel their world around them. And that's how they kind of figure out what type of textures and colors to kind of replicate around them. All right, so for mine, I'm actually going to cut it a little bit shorter just because I don't want my tentacles to be too long. So I'm just going to cut right here. Then, let's see. How's everybody doing over there? You guys can also unmute again, so feel free to share where you're at. So, all right. So for the next step of the process, you're just going to want to basically cut slits along the bottom side of the octopus. You can kind of do this as many times as you want to make as many different tentacles as you like. And hopefully you have a pretty sharp pair of scissors for this, because it can be a little bit difficult getting through this material. And there's no limit to how many times you can cut this. You can kind of set it up however you like, however many tentacles you would want to do.
You look so good, guys. I love how everybody picked really colorful socks.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's the fun part, is choosing the outside sock, I think. I was debating between my striped one and then also I've got like this yellow polka dot one as well.
That would have been cool. I just have an old boring white sock.
Same here. I couldn't let go of my colorful socks. They're all my favorite.
Well, thankfully we had a bunch of socks that we normally turn into rags that we wear too long. And we had a couple of good ones that were well suited for this.
That's awesome. That's a great way to reuse socks. That's what we wanted to do this year, is for you guys to not have to go out and buy a bunch of new craft stuff, but to be able to use stuff that you already have around your house. Oh, I see your hand. Go ahead and unmute. Snowball Snickerdoodles.
We had this whole bin of old socks with unmatches, so it was kind of perfect.
Nice.
The cool thing is the octopus really can, a lot of the species can really be any of these colors because they're really good at camouflage. So if you saw an octopus while you were swimming in the ocean, a lot of times you have to look really hard because they change all their little cells so that they blend in with their environment.
Okay, we have cat socks, a rainbow socks, and bunny socks.
That's awesome. I love it.
Can you imagine seeing an octopus camouflaged as a bunny sock?
Oh.
How are you guys doing, Glitter and Snowball? Doing good?
I have one with suction cups.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh,
That's
that
cool.
Yeah. Oh, is it like a slipper sock and it already had those on it?
It has grips.
That's cool.
Smart.
You guys are so creative. What about you guys down in Snowball Mittens and Mittens land? Are you doing okay?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You guys are rocking these octopuses. Or soctopuses.
I'm giving mine a mustache.
Nice.
Can't see my video too well, so I'm just going to go back up here and see where everyone's at. So our next step is going to be attaching the eyes.
I think they might be ready.
Okay.
I see most, well, we're doing a little bit more cutting. Maybe just a couple more minutes.
No problem.
So I also cut off the end of mine, Trevor, and I used the cuff, and he's got a little sweater. Or
Oh,
skirt.
that's cute.
I love it.
I wish my octopus had a cuff like that.
Well, you've got
I guess
your
I could
little
go ahead.
cuff
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, see, that's all I did.
It's
could
like he
make
has a
him a
little scarf
hat.
almost.
Yeah. Okay, give Trevor a good thumbs up if you're ready for the next step.
All right. I think we got all thumbs up there.
Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, I can't see everybody on the screen. So, so for the next part here, we kind of have split instructions. Some people, I'm not sure if anyone's using a hot glue gun or not, but if you are using a hot glue gun, just be a little extra careful. The tip can get very hot and you definitely don't want to burn yourself. Apparently my glue gun doesn't work anymore, so I'm going to be using this as an alternative. I've been plugging it in and it's not heating up, so glue will probably work just as well. So you just want to apply some of the glue towards the back there, and we're just going to plop them on the octopus however you feel is appropriate. And you don't even have to stick to 2 eyes. You can do as many eyes as you want.
You could do a one-eyed octopus.
Mhm.
Cyclops.
Like that.
And some of you might be drawing them on too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And you can use a fabric marker to kind of draw in the eyes as well. My sister actually drew a couple of eyes for me that's got heart shapes in the center.
Oh, goodness,
Perfect.
that's adorable.
Oh, another cool thing about octopuses, they actually have, instead of just 1 heart like us, they actually have 3 hearts, which is kind of crazy. Oh, and they're also known as cephalopods, which means head foot in Greek, which translates to, it means their arms are attached to their heads, which are called mantles in octopuses. And once you kind of get the eyes in a good location there, you just want to let them sit and dry. You don't want to play with it too much, otherwise you'll likely just kind of knock it off and the glue won't stick. So this is my guy.
Oh, so cute.
Oh, he's cute.
Go ahead and show your octopuses as you're getting them done. We'll give you a couple more minutes though.
Mhm.
Oh, cool. Oh, that one's super cool.
All right.
I also used some big googly eyes because I had some left over.
I just drew mine on the mustache.
Oh, I love the mustache.
It's supposed to be a mustache anyway. They all look
I gotta
really
see some of
cute, though.
these.
You guys could probably make little hats and stuff for them too. Little accessories. Oh, oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's a
Nice.
good hat.
Are they squishy? Don't eat them. You can also use them to annoy your siblings.
Mhm.
For a game of catch.
My son likes to chase me around with an octopus. So he tries in particular, he'll just go for my face and he'll just toss it at me. So
I mean,
But
that is
probably
how
like
an octopus would look.
perfect hat. You can get
Yes. Sock to hats.
it. Yeah.
Speaking of hats, you guys have orcas on your hats.
Oh, I
Oh,
love those.
those are cool. Do you also have orca pajamas? Am I seeing that? They're whales.
Well,
Well,
so cool.
love
and we
it.
also got them just tonight.
Oh,
That's so cool.
Let's go see tonight. I did not have.
You guys are
did not
doing
have
awesome. Oh, I see new octopuses down in the Snowball Mitten Square. Oh, nice.
I love the blue.
Yes, you guys did excellent.
Yeah.
This one was a little complex with all the cutting and stuff. You guys did great.
Yeah, they look amazing.
And they can be whatever you want them to be. I put a little loop on the top of mine, so he's gonna go on my tree. They can just sit on your shelf. You can use them to be like your relaxation squishy balls. Whatever you want them to be. Super cool. Well, once you're all done, give us a thumbs up so we know that we are ready for the next one, for the next activity. Okay, I got a thumbs up in that square. We don't want to rush you though. One thing we could do, because I forgot to have you do it in the beginning, is share the poll right now.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
before we go into the next activity. So
Okay.
if you're
I
all
launched the
done-
poll, so
Yeah.
you guys should start to have it come up on your screen with some questions. And if you're not, if the place that you're from isn't listed on there, we'd love to hear it in the chat. So feel free to type it in the chat where you're from too. And then at the very end, we are curious, we're already to 2023. So we're curious what you guys would like to learn about next year. So if you guys want to type the short answer box for the last question, what you'd like to learn about next year, it can anything Salish Sea or beyond. It could be Arctic, it could be down in Antarctica, any sea life creature. You can go ahead and put that in the box.
You guys are lucky. You get to be the first to give us ideas for next year.
I'll give you guys a couple minutes on that. So feel free to take your time and think about it too. Oh, that's a great hat.
I think the octopuses are a hit. Nice job, Trevor.
That was a super fun activity. I got to practice a couple other times with Ragnar, so there are more hiding around our house.
Do you have lots of octopuses around your house? Yeah, Tiffany, let us know when you think the poll is done.
You have 2 out of the 3 right now.
Okay.
So I'll give it one more minute for you guys to finish up if you want to answer the questions to the poll, and then we'll end it and see what you guys responded with.
No, you have
Yep.
to. Something else.
You have a question, Glitter and Snowball?
You have
Yeah.
a question?
Yeah.
I have a question. The
Yes.
next project I want to do is make a jet.
A jet?
Yeah.
That would be a cool project. Do we have any mechanics here? You okay? You're hired.
No, we actually see a lot of jets on Woodby Island since we're very close to a military
Yeah.
base. So they're flying over, and my goodness, they are loud.
Where's everybody from, Tiffany?
So it says here that 50% are from Washington State and 50% the East Coast. And all of them are from the other options for where in Washington State. So
Wow, that's cool.
yeah. And then let's see. So 100% have been to the youth event before. And which topic would you like to focus on next year? Let's see. It's not showing what people responded with. So this we were testing this poll out to see if it worked, and the short answers didn't show up.
Oh.
So let's see.
If you guys gave us an idea, put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Or go ahead and
love
say it
to-
out loud. Yeah, go ahead.
We said baby narwhals and beluga whales. Baby seals.
And baby seal.
And baby seals.
Baby seals.
Can't go wrong with any of those.
Yeah.
And belugas. Love it. We could even do a beluga family and a narwhal family together. Go ahead, Glitter and Snowball. You can just unmute.
No more.
I think it should be of sharks.
And
Sharks.
sharks are always a hiss.
Is there any type of shark that you can think of that you know that you'd love to learn more about?
Maybe the 6-gill which lives here.
Yeah,
Hey, look at
that's
you.
a great,
You know some
great
facts.
idea.
6-gills are cool. I love them.
I personally love hammerhead sharks. So.
Also cool. Okay, it looks like we're probably ready, right? To move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the part where you all are going to forgive me for my drawing skills. Okay, so I'm going to share a whiteboard in front of you because this next one is a how to draw. So this is where you would need your pencil or pen and whatever you decided to use for your recycled paper, whether it was cardboard or cereal boxes. So I'll give you a second to get those out because we're going to draw orcas. I'm going to test this out really quick. I don't know why I'm in green, but that's cool. Does it say hi?
Yep.
Awesome. I really had to practice with this. I'm using one of my kids' Christmas gifts. It's a drawing board. Okay. Can you guys let me know if everybody's looking ready? Thumbs up. Does it look like we have thumbs up going?
Looks like we're good. Yep.
Okay, so you're drawing directly onto whatever cardboard or cereal box or paper that you decided to use, okay? And probably my tip would be to use a pencil. So if you want to change something, you can erase it. Okay, we ready? We're going to go step by step here. So the first thing you're going to do is start right here a little bit above the middle. And you're going to draw a little bit of a C shape like this. Come down right to about right here. Then you're going to come right back up to this line. And your next shape is going to be a curve in the other direction. And it's going to come till about right here. And then your next shape is going to curve back the other way. Whoops. This is why I like the undo button. Oh no, I totally undid. All right.
Okay, practice round.
One step. It's a little more shaky on Zoom. Okay, so you did this one, and then you're going to come back around till about the middle here. Everybody got that? So right now it looks like a funky little, what does it look like? Like a paper clip. Okay, then you're going to start here. Now we're going to make the pec fins, the pectoral fins. This is like their arms, right? You're going to come down, curve a little bit back towards the body, and then back up. And none of this has to be perfect. Everybody's orca is going to look a little bit different, and that's why it's so cool. And then we're going to make his other pec fin, which is on the other side of his body. So we're going to start at this line and kind of draw the same shape to match the other guy and go back up, but only go back up to the line so it stays behind his body. All right, how are we looking? I guarantee your guys's look better than this one. So then we're going to start on the other side. We're going to pretend that this line right here keeps going right through the pec fin and comes out this side. And we're going to start drawing a curve that matches the other curve, but it'll get closer and closer as it goes down. As you may have guessed, this is going to be the tail. And then the next line is you're going to curve out this way you're making the flukes now. But we need 2 of those, right? So we're going to come out the other side and make a curve that goes this direction. This next part might be the most fun. I like the next part. So you're going to make a guide point. So look between this point, the top point, and the bottom point here, and decide about halfway. And then come in a little bit and draw a little dot. Am I going too fast? Or are we good? Okay, so if we've got our halfway point, you're going to do what they call an S curve and go woo boop like that. You have to make that sound too. Otherwise,
great sound, Katie.
And then you guessed it, we're going to go back to the guide point and do the opposite S curve. And now we have a fluke. I'll give you all a chance to catch up a little bit. This is the part where you have to make a decision. Oh, you guys are doing awesome.
Oh, that look awesome.
Yay. Okay, we have to make a decision here if you're going to make a southern resident orca or if you are going to make what they call a Biggs orca. If you want to make a southern resident orca, your dorsal fin, which is this fin that's going to go on the back here, is going to be a little bit more rounded at the end. If you're going to make a Biggs type orca, those are the ones that eat the mammals, you're going to make this really sharp point on the dorsal fin, okay? So you get to decide. Either way, you're going to make a little curve. And since I'm going to do a southern resident orca, I'm going to make it a little bit more of a smooth point and come back down. And this one's probably a sprouter because he's got a pretty big dorsal fin there. We're going to have a little bit fun with it and we're going to make cartoony eyes. This isn't what an orca's eye would look like, but just, you know, in the spirit of cuteness, we're going to make a big circle right here. Yours will probably look a little bit more like a circle than mine. I might try to do that one over again. Okay. And then you can make a cute little circle inside, and this is his pupil. Starting to look like an orca, huh? How are we doing, guys? Do I need to give you a minute to catch up? I can. Okay, I've got 1 thumbs up. We good? Okay, so the next line, you're going to really start to see an orca this time. We're going to come a little bit down on the mouth here. We're first going to curve down and then up towards the eye, but not touching the eye. And then we're going to land right on the side of this pec fin, like that. My orca looks mad, doesn't he? I didn't mean to do that. I gave him an anger face. Okay. And then we're going to continue this line on the other side of the pec fin right here. And this is actually, you might want to pay attention real quick because this is probably the most complex line. You're going to go down, following the curve. Then you're going to swoop up. You can make that sound again. That helps. Boop, boop, boop. And then you're going to come back down and connect it to the outside. And this just shows how they have this cool pattern on their underbellies of white. I like the thumbs up. All I see is a thumb. All right, and then the last thing, so if you decided that you have a southern resident orca, you're going to draw what we call a saddle patch. It's called a saddle patch because it's right behind their dorsal fin. And in a southern resident orca, They're a little fancier. They are called open saddle patches. So you would do a little curve like this. And then you get to whoop-de-boop this way. And then you're just going to trace back on it like this. So that's what a southern resident orca would look like. Well, most of them. Some of them also have closed saddle patches. But I'm going to undo this real quick. If you have a Biggs orca, if you decided to do a mammal eating orca, you would just do a whoop-de-whoop here. And then like this. And that's how different their saddle patches are.
Beautiful orca. Good job, Katie.
All right, did we get there, guys? Do you have any questions? This was an experiment. We've never used the whiteboard before, so that was kind of fun to get to try that out with you guys. Ooh. Yes, I definitely want to see these.
Oh, that's
Oh, and I love that
awesome.
you use cardboard. Yes.
You guys did
Look at that
great.
saddle patch. That was awesome. I need to be able to see everybody else's here. I'm missing half my screen.
I feel like it needs a cutie mark from like My Little Ponies.
Right. And then when you go to color it, you can really do anything you want to, but just so that you guys know, an orca would be white here, right? Under the mouth. They would be white here in this space. And they would be white in their saddle patch. But I mean, you can have a purple orca. You can have an orange orca. Yeah, go ahead, guys.
I had eyelash. Where's the eye patch?
Oh my goodness, you caught me. It was in my original drawing. Thank you. It goes right here. I'm so glad you're here. I wasn't paying attention to my own instructions. You guys are experts. She was like, but wait. You missed the eye patch because they do all have eye patches, right? And that's kind of a big eye patch, but we're going for cute here, so.
You guys have some white paint, if you have permission from an adult, you can take your thumbprint where the saddle patch is. Make your thumbprint their saddle patch, because what's really cool about orcas is, as people, we all have our own unique thumbprints. Your thumbprint is not like anybody else in this meeting or anybody else in the world. And that's the same way with orcas. They use that to identify different orcas. So the researchers out on their boats, when they look for orcas, one of the first things that they'll look at is either their dorsal fin or their saddle patch, because that saddle patch is unique and it can help them figure out which orca they're looking at. So you just dab your thumb in some white paint and then dab it where the saddle patch might be. And it's kind of your own unique orca.
All right, if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to stop sharing this orca because I think you guys all got it. And then I'm going to share some orca facts while you're finishing up. And so what I did with mine is I just cut mine out in a circle around it so I didn't have to follow the details of the orca. And then I kind of just decorated it and I put a hole punch in it. And I can show you guys this once we're done screen sharing. But I put a hole punch in it and made mine into an ornament. But again, you guys can do whatever you want with it. So we're going to share some Southern resident orca facts. Tiffany, do you want to share these actually?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so they're actually, she mentioned 2 of the ecotypes, but we actually have 3 ecotypes. So all the same species, they're orcas, but they're just different populations of orcas that live here around the Salish Sea. So I know a couple of you are from Washington State. You have a chance when you're in the Salish Sea of running into 3 different ecotypes. That's the offshores, which typically eat sharks. And then the bigs, which are marine mammal eaters like seals and porpoises. And then we have our southern resident orcas, and they love fish, primarily Chinook salmon. And the southern resident orcas are actually endangered. So there's right now there's only 73 left in the population. We did have a couple babies born this year though, so we are very hopeful. And they often have open saddle patches. So like Katie described, rather than just being one solid white patch, sometimes they'll have really cool patterns where it's like a little doop doop doop, like try to do your sound effect, Katie. That makes their saddle patch just a little bit more unique. And this is a tool that researchers will use for identifying different orcas. And the oldest orca that has been known to live was actually a southern resident orca, and that was J2 Granny. And it was estimated that she was about 104 years old when she passed away. And like I said, southern residents will eat mainly Chinook salmon. That's over about 80% of their diet. And they prefer this type of salmon because it's the most nutrient dense. So basically it gives them more energy that they need to be able to have more time to be able to play and spend quality family time together. And they need an average of about 300 pounds of food a day. So if you guys imagine yourselves eating 300 pounds a day, that's like eating, if you've ever seen a turkey at the supermarket or at the grocery store, just imagine a turkey. Sometimes a really big turkey is 20 pounds. So you're looking at eating about 15 turkeys in one day. And they're matriarchal. So this means that the moms and the grandmas play a vital role in the pods. And the males are actually documented living longer when they have their grandmothers present. And you can help the southern resident orcas by keeping the environment clean and sharing their story with your friends. So be sure to just share with your friends that there's a population of orcas out there that need your guys' help, need all of our help. And we can make simple changes in our lives, like reusing a water bottle rather than plastic water bottles, to be able to help their population grow and thrive.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yep.
I also realized that we didn't do introductions, but I think they've got us figured out by now. But we do have a special guest with us here today, Pinky Snowkins. That's our Orca Network, Susan.
That looks awesome.
I've been having fun watching you all do your crafts. I've been lazy and not doing mine, so I'm enjoying yours.
They're doing an awesome job.
Oh, I know there's some great octopi and orcas out there. I love it. Yes, oh, those are so cool. You're waving. A little octopus wave.
Do we want to go on to the next activity, or do we still have some people wrapping up?
I don't know. Do you guys need one more minute? Or glitter and snowball already? What about snowball and mittens squared? You ready to go on?
Looks awesome.
And so
those are hard to cut out too, so I'm impressed.
I know, they're doing awesome. Also, there was one more activity that was in the email to your parents. We just knew we weren't going to have time for 3 of them, but that one would also be really fun to do and can also be a ornament or whatever you want it to be. So I'm going to hand it over to Tiffany. She's going to do the final activity / game.
Okay. So we're going to test this whiteboard out again, and I'm not going to be able to draw as well as Katie did. I can guarantee that. But we'll give it a shot. And so who here has played Pictionary? Anybody played Pictionary before? Oh, good. We have experienced individuals for Pictionary. I don't have to explain it too hard. I'm going to draw something. And so you guys can each have a turn too if you want, but it's going to be a type of marine animal. And so as I draw it, you can put into the chat, or if you think you know what it is, just unmute yourself and shout it out loud. But you want to guess what I'm drawing. And so I'm going to put a twist on it too. And I can't say what it is, the word, but I am going to say some facts as I'm going through. And so let's see if you guys can guess what it is. So let's see. Hold on. Just got to get this figured out for a second. Okay, I got it. So hold on. Okay, now it's going. Okay, so I'm drawing a reptile. And there are actually 7 species of this type of animal that live in the world. And they have a feature on their back that is actually made of the same type of tissue or protein as our fingernails and our hair.
Go ahead, shout it out.
Turtle.
Turtle. Good job. Sea turtle. Yeah, so I was thinking in my mind of an olive ridley sea turtle, and those are found by South America a lot, and they do something really cool. It's called an aribata. So every couple of months, hundreds of them will come to the beach all at once to lay their eggs in their nests. So I'm going to clear this. And I'm going to pass it on. Is there anybody who wants to go?
Yeah. Snowball Snickerdoodle says they want to go.
Okay. Oh. Let's see.
How do I do it?
Snowball Snickerdoodle. Okay, I just gave you the remote control, so you should be able to have access to the pen now.
Yep.
And you can start drawing, and then anybody who can guess.
You have to draw an animal that lives in the water. Did you cut your You okay? Let me see. This is why we don't cut cardboard. Just cut the cardboard. What are you gonna draw? The animal. Oh yeah. Sorry. Look at the elephant. Is it okay? Been working.
It can be kind of tricky at first to get the hang of the pen.
Only making dots.
That makes it
Oh
hard.
dear. Oh dear.
And if you need to clear it or undo it, there is an option. You can see at the top there in the middle.
Let's see if we can get it to work. It's not. You could make it be the eggs of this. There you go.
It's
That'll do.
It's like a connect the dots. Where do we start?
Constellation.
Okay, you take a turn.
Wait, are they plankton?
No,
No. Okay.
they're red.
They're red. Oh, is it salmon roe?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
was I supposed to guess? I don't know if I was supposed to guess. I just got excited.
I got them from this book.
You have a book about salmon?
Mm-hmm.
What's that book called?
Salmon Swimming for Survival
Oh, nice.
from Orca Wild.
From Orca Wild. Okay. Nice. That was excellent.
Okay.
I won't interrupt next time.
That was an awesome one. That was tough
Yeah, it
too. Way to
was.
go, Katie. Is there anybody else who wants to go and give it a shot?